Hey there everyone. So this time around I'll be reviewing one of the Encyclopedia Prehistorica books by Robert Sabuda and Matthew Reinhart. This is a lovely book. It's a pop-up book, by the way. There are 3 books in the series. I'll be doing all 3 separately because each of these books take a huge lot of time to do, and I've been constantly told that my videos are too long for normal consumption anyways. So I'll give you the blurb at the back. Hopefully you can pause that and read that if you want. So it also features other books from the series as advertisements. So this one, if I'm not wrong, has received some kind of award, the three book set. I highly advise on not buying the 3 book set though, because first of all it's not available as far as I can see online, and secondly, even if it's available, it's at ridiculous prices. You'll get each of these books at around 1,000 or so, but if you're lucky and find it in a second, someone selling it second hand, you can probably bargain it down to around 400 to 500 or maybe 600, and for that price it's totally worth it. I mean, I'll show you what I mean. So opening it up, each page is chock full of pop-ups. So this is the first page. It's, as you can understand, it's a huge dinosaur. It's basically skeleton, but I'm not complaining. And the best part about this book is it's not just one pop-up that is in each of these 2 pages. So these are, if I consider these 2 as 2 different pages, you don't just get one here, you get a lot more, and all of those come with specific things that are being talked about here. So as you can see, this small part has 3 internal parts inside it. So 3 illustrations in that small area. Now you understand why this comes to around 1,000 plus. There are other books from Sabuda and Matthew Reinhart as well, like the Mythologica series. I've covered one of the Mythologica series as well, and that's a beautiful book as well. You can go back and see that if you want. So, and there are very interesting nuggets of history. For the example, this one here shows people that are sitting inside the dinosaur. This actually happened. So someone apparently sculpted a life-size model of dinosaur, and then people from Victorian era England, I think, dined inside it. And the best part is these actually work out, like Cope and Marsh here. They fought for fossils, at least that's what the term says. I don't read this book at one go. I treat these books as coffee table books, and I take them out and read when I feel down on a rainy, gloomy evening. So this is the second page, and I think this one's name is Ankylosaurus. So you have writings on each of these dinosaurs. I don't know whether you can read this, but if you can pause that and read that there. So this one's Ankylosaurus, and then there are illustrations on these parts as well. Of course, you have to view, since these are 3D, you have to view them from a specific angle to get what the author intended, or I don't know, illustrator intended in this case. But it's a gorgeous book. So these are Stegosaurus, by the way. And apparently these are very interesting facts. So there was Stegosaurus had 2 brains instead of 1. This little bit of information I did not know before I had read this book. So I think this is a very interesting book for children especially, but definitely for adults. I mean, I enjoy this book immensely. I enjoy, in fact, all of Robert Sabuda and Matthew Reinhart's pop-up books. I think they're a treat to the eye. But yeah, you have to be careful with these books. You have to open and close each page like this so that they do not spoil. And this is the Triceratops, very famous from the first Jurassic Park movie, if you have seen that. Or was that the first? I don't exactly remember which Jurassic Park movie it was. It was very famous from one of the Jurassic Park movies. I think it was the first. So as you can see, each part of these books have like there are 3 to 4 on each page that cover different parts, and some of these, like these ones, have 2 to 3 layers of pop-ups. And there is a pop-up inside a pop-up. So yeah, you get to open one part, then open another part in order to see more pop-ups. And then there's one here as well. No, this one doesn't open up anymore. So yeah, extremely delicate things. These are all handmade, so you have to basically make them by hand because they cannot be made industrially. So that kind of justifies the price that you eventually have to pay for it. I think these are on the slightly higher end of the price spectrum, but I think they are heavily justified for what you are getting for the price. In fact, if you consider everything, in my opinion, around 1000 Indian rupees for this is not too much, because consider that at the end of the day, each one of these books have to be hand assembled. And comes the main attraction, a T-Rex. A T-Rex basically jumping out of you from the book. I think this is a lovely thing that has been done with the 3D illustrations. A lovely concept that has turned this book into a huge and beautiful thing. So this is the problem with these books. You have to be extremely careful with them so that they do not bend the wrong way like this one has. And you have to keep in mind that every time you open this up. So I do not recommend this for extremely small children, because I don't think they would be very careful with this, and this might, one of the pop-ups might tear up. It makes for a very good thing for interactive thing for children to learn from and see. Especially if you have an adult supervision that is helping them with the book, I think this would be an extremely good thing for them to go through. So notice how in this part the dinosaur is basically tearing out the meat from one of the fallen ones. As I said, extremely interesting interactive books. So this was the Archaeopteryx. And that's the last page here, wherein at the very last okay, I'll get to that at the end. So Velociraptors, another extremely famous dinosaur from the Jurassic Park movies, the latest ones. And yeah, so this is the, at the very end they talk about the how mysteriously all the dinosaurs got extinct 65 million years ago, and they talk about possibilities of what might have happened. So this is a pretty scientifically accurate book, because they do not talk about things that has happened, or but rather that may have happened. So I think that works out very nicely for children as well. And yeah, that's the book, Encyclopedia Prehistorica Dinosaurs. There are two other books, the Mega Beasts and the Sharks. And yeah, as always, if you have any questions, any comments, anything to say at all, feel free to comment in the comment section below. And yeah, happy reading.